So what is up, guys? Nick here, helping you to master your technology. iPhone 13 Pro is basically the perfect iPhone. Let me explain to you why, after reviewing all these phones this year, why I think the 13 Pro basically comes out on top. Now, don't get it confused. I made a video about why the iPhone 13 Pro Max is the king. It's still the king of iPhones, but this one right here, I think, is the sweet spot in pretty much all the iPhones. If you're wondering where I got this case, I'll leave a link down below, but I do recommend silicone cases. They do add a lot of grip and texture to your iPhone so you don't drop it, and they also feel quite smooth. They can attract lint, and you'll see lint if you get a darker color, so I do recommend a lighter color. Now, this is the Sierra Blue, but they did just recently come out with a green iPhone 13. So if you want a green edition, you could go ahead and get that as well. So let's get into some of the reasons now. All right, guys, and the first reason it's near perfect for me is going to be the size. Now, I have used much larger phones, the 13 Pro Max, the S22 Ultra, which feels like a rectangular brick. The iPhone 13 Pro Max also feels that way. The Z Fold 3 is a bulky, thick device, and while, a lot of people do enjoy that, I find that this one is not small feeling, but also not cumbersome or large to you, or overly large to use. It feels like a good sweet spot between a big screen and also a good compact portable smartphone size. It's never feeling too small. Once you get used to it, you don't really even think about larger phones. However, it never feels like it's overly large or uncomfortable. So I find that the iPhone 13 Pro strikes a beautiful balance between the size, the premium feel, and having all those features that you're used to from your more larger devices, but all in a size that just feels really great to use day to day. So you still got your stainless steel, you still have your great camera systems here, and you still just have, everything you would expect from the most premium Pro Max right here in this body. Also, what's been really impressive about this phone is the battery life. It's also easily making it through a full day for me. No matter what I'm doing, this phone makes it the whole day. So that's a really good thing, considering you don't have to go all out. Like on some Android phones, you have to go to the largest phone to get great battery life. With the iPhone 13 Pro, you don't have to do so right here. This phone right here, for me, makes it easily. Also, it has pretty good overall charging speeds. They're not the fastest out there, but if you put it on a fast Apple charger, it's pretty decent. Turn on the low power mode, and I find this to get even longer. So battery life is a huge reason why this phone, to me, there's not a lot of things that are wrong with the iPhone 13 Pro, which is why I'm making this video right here. And this is more of my 6 months later kind of update video. I just didn't want to title it that. And a lot of people care about battery life, and I could tell you this one has been very strong. Okay, and the next reason for this phone is going to be its actual display. You go over to some larger phones and you get the same display. You'll get this OLED, and you don't really lose anything when it comes to the nits of brightness here. It also hits a ridiculously high 1000 nits of usable brightness. It can peak out at 1200, and while the Galaxy S22s get brighter than this outdoors, this has still been bright enough for most scenarios. I also do like the way it's tuned. It's very accurate, and it feels very, how would I say, it just feels super clean. Like there's no oversaturation on here. There's no you're just not like blown away by the colors, but you're not like disappointed either. You just love the overall, it's easy on the eye, especially with True Tone. You just love the overall look of it. It's a good everyday calibration for the actual screen, which I do like. In addition to that, I will say that the smooth 120 Hz ProMotion has made this even more enjoyable, because you have this like portable size at 6.1 inches, not too small though, but still super smooth, feeling like a little mini iPad Pro in your pocket. So I am enjoying the 120 Hz in here. Has been an amazing experience combined with iOS. It's everything I thought it would be. Having iOS with the 120 Hz was going to be one of the smoothest, screens ever made. And it's been the case here. There's virtually no lag. When you swipe out, it's just buttery smooth every time you do so. You just see that animation. Just check it out. It's just so smooth. So I've loved that. Now, I have complained in the past about the notch. However, I'm not going to say this screen sucks just because of that. Some people do think it makes the iPhone stand out. I think eventually, even maybe this year with the 14s, we won't see it much anymore. But at the same time, I still have to say this is an amazing panel, and one of the reasons why this phone can still be up there and being like one of the most perfect iPhones ever made right here, I would say so. And the next reason this is near perfect is the software updates, the regularity of them. We are running the latest 15.4.1, and pretty much anytime bugs come out or anything like that, we do see ourselves an incredible quickness to get an update on this phone. So that goes for pretty much all the iPhones. And a couple other things I just wanted to mention before we wrap it up is the cameras. I love having this nice balanced size, but also not sacrificing at all from the 13 Pro Max on the camera. I love that because now I know that even if I'm not taking out the big boy, I know I'm getting that big boy camera on here. You get the macro modes, you get the ultra zoom up to 15x right there. You can do cinematic video, 4K 60. You get it all on here. And we've already discussed this and showed samples before. You kind of know what to expect here. It's going to be a pretty amazing experience overall, even on the front facing video being quite nice. So the camera systems on this phone, just incredible, and definitely lead to me thinking this is near a perfect device. Now, perfect is subjective, of course, but I'm telling you from all the phones I reviewed, the bigger phones this year, this one I keep thinking about a lot. And most of the reason why, and even though I have bigger hands in this, like this thing, my hands swallow this phone. It still feels really comfortable. I could still easily manage a larger phone. I just like this phone. It's just a sweet spot size. It's not too heavy. It still feels enough heft to feel premium. It also has amazing overall display, amazing cameras, great battery life. This is probably the best phone for pretty much anybody when it comes to not really sacrificing anything while not really having to deal with a larger cumbersome size or deal with a too small of a phone. If that sounds like you, this is going to be the perfect device for you.